Hey friends, welcome back to Beccarelli's Books. Today I just wanted to show you where I'm up to with these journals that I'm working on. So I'm working on 10 journals at a time. Here's just 3 of them. So I have added a couple extra pages from when I showed you before, and I'm just working on the ephemera. So each journal will get one of these pieces. So this is just a piece of ephemera that will go into one of the pockets. I made these little envelopes. Well, I didn't make the envelopes, I just covered them. And I just did a page of like a masterboard for the background out of receipts and toppers and things that I had. And I used my what do you call it, glossy accents and crackle accents. One was sepia and one was crackle, and I used those to do like a top coat because I haven't used them. I don't use them very often, and I thought this year I really want to get through some of the things that I don't use very often. So I made 10 of those, and then to go inside those I thought I would make some little journaling cards, like a tea card. So I made 10 of these, and I've just used some packaging. I think it actually was the cover of a notebook, and I've just cut that up into the right size, used vintage music paper backgrounds, and then I've just used random images that I thought were cute to pop on those, and they will go inside the envelope. And then I found a bunch of index cards that I had avocado dyed, and I had some this is Stamperia collection. I can't remember the collection, I don't have it right on me, but I just cut them out and pop them onto these index cards for some decoration. So each one will get one of those. And then I made another journaling card with some ledger paper, some of the leftover avocado dyed paper from actually pages in the book. These images I've had for a while. I think I have the digital. I will list once I put up the journals, do a complete flip through. I'll just go through my Etsy and pick out all of the stores that I've bought things from. These I've had these for a long time, so I'll have to see if I can go back that far and check, because I can't remember where I bought these from, and they don't have the name on the page. But I'm trying to get through some of the printable things that I've had for a long time, because I don't often use them. I prefer to use like vintage ephemera, but these ones are super cute and go with the book. And then I've stamped on the back and using glue stick. I've been getting a little bit of glue on things, but I'll check it all before I put them in. Yeah, so I just used this border stamp, and then I stamped this little girl sort of sitting on the edge of the frame. Some of them are very well stamped, some of them are a little bit missing bits, but I think that's fine. It's a bit vintagey. So there's 10 of those. Then I made these with you. So we've got 10 of these. I still haven't sewn around any of it. I wanted to get them all together because I know I'll be sewing on a few things. This I didn't show you last time, but I had made them. I have these rolls of vintage wallpaper. Well, I say vintage, I don't know if it's vintage or not, but I've had these for a while, and I got them from a secondhand shop, and I bought like 5 rolls of it. This is the last roll that I have left, and it's that what do they call it, like a freeze or a border. Yeah, so I used that to make these little envelopes. And what I'm going to do is pop like some pieces of, you know, little ephemera pieces in there as the little extra bundle that goes with the journal. Yeah, so every journal will get one of those. And at the moment, I'm working on making these little paper clips. So I just have a few more to go. So I thought I'd jump on and do it with you. So I have this little book of tickets. I think this came from Wish. I'm not really sure, but I've had it for a little. Oh no, I actually got it from Craft Online, I think. I think this was in a haul that I showed you. So I think this is from Craft Online. So what I've done is I've taken some scraps of, I've layered up some cardstock underneath the images on here, and some of them are brown and some of them are green. These ones are all brown, but some of them are green. And so I had some leftovers. I like to try and use up my scraps in the project that I'm actually using, like working on, but sometimes it doesn't work out. But today I found a use for these little scraps. So I've just cut them to be however big that I need them for. I just need it to be long enough to cover my paperclip when I fold it in half. So I've cut them out and just popped a paperclip on top of each one. These are not seen, so you don't need to worry about what color they are. And then I took some file folder and I cut these to fit one of these tickets on here like that. So what I'm doing is I'm putting one on each side. So it'll be a double-sided paperclip. Oh, I just got a big chunk of glue under there. Oh, that's annoying. So I'm just going to stick one on each side with the top at the fold. Just like that. And I have some scrap here. I just want to get that glue. Make sure there's no glue on the inside because I don't want it to be glued shut. Okay, and then using my art glitter glue, I'm going to pick 2 of these little tiny Tim Holtz paper dolls. This is super simple. Like normally when I make these, I do heaps of collage, but I've been watching some people making some very simple, very beautiful things on YouTube and Instagram, and I do love my collaging and, you know, putting 50,000 pieces of paper together, but there's something to be said for less is more, isn't there? especially when you've got such cute little images and things. So once I've done that, then I flip it over and I get one of my little pre-made paper clips, and we're going to just glue one side at a time. So I want to make sure that I've got it to the edge, but not so that it's going to bleed out and glue the top to the bottom. So I just like to smudge it in a little bit so it doesn't ooze out. And then I put that in just a little tiny bit down from the fold so it doesn't buckle, and give that a nice good push in. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I think I've made these on here before. Yeah, I did with my Christmas card thing. But they're my favourite hidden paper clips. I really like them. And they're super easy to make. And then we just fold that over and give it all a good press. You could stop here, but of course I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do a little bit of walnut stain around the outside, just a little bit. I'm starting to get some fluffing off these. They do last a long time. I use them a lot. But yeah, you have to switch them out because they start throwing little bits of foam around. But yeah, so that's that. So that needs to dry, and then we can pop that in the journal too. So at the moment, what have we got? We've got a little paper clip, we've got a little envelope, we've got this little journaling card or tag. I don't know why, but I think things that are long this way are tags, and things that are wide this way, like this, is a journaling card and this is a journaling tag. I don't know why my brain works that way, but there you have it. So this is all of the pieces that will go into the journal. So far, I've actually really enjoyed making multiples of things. It's kind of really relaxing to do because you know what you're doing. You're not really having to think. You've already done the creative part by creating the design, and then you just sit and do it. And I'm really enjoying that. I've never made 10 journals at a time before. This is a first for me. But yeah, so this is what we've got so far. And also there is one piece in here already, which is one of these journaling cards from the Stamperius collection. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not enough to me. So I think I will come up with something else. Oh, that's 2 of those. Why is there 2 of those? Oh, because one's supposed to be the envelope. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to have a think and come up with something else to put in here, because I think I'd like to have 10 places to write. So that would be not that, not that, and not that. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far. So I need to come up with 4 more cards or tags and somewhere to put them in the journal. Now, the trickiest thing that I'm finding is to find something to use that I have 10 of. So a lot of the things like these envelopes, I have lots of those. I use this because I had a whole book of them. I use these because I have a whole pack of them. You know, I used 2 sheets of this to create all 10. These, each one has a different number, but I think there was 6 of them on the page of this particular type of label, so I could use those. I had a sheet of 12 of these. I had a sheet of 12 of those. Oh no, I had a sheet of 9 of those, and I added something different, but it was the same size. I have these stickers, and these stickers I had lots of. I used book page, like music sheet, which I had enough of. Stickers again. So that's probably been my biggest like hurdle, is making sure that I could find 10 things that were similar or the same, because I just want them to be the same. I don't know why. So yeah, but I think using book page to create the substrate is a great idea, which I've been doing for a long time, but in this way you get it all the same size, all the same thickness. They all look the same. Printables are good because you can print them out more than once. Sheets of scrapbooking paper, you can cut them down. Yeah, but I'm having some fun with it. It's definitely, you know, it's taking some time, but when you think, well, at the end I'm going to have 10 made journals, which is more than I would normally make in this amount of time. You know, I've been working on these for a week, pretty sure. And, you know, the covers took a long time. The construction was quite simple, but then I had to sew around each one. I had to fray the edge of each one. I had to cut out all of the backgrounds, match them up with their images. If they were a bit smaller, I put some book page behind. Tied my bows. I watched some tutorials on the best way to tie one-sided ribbon, because I've got you know, on the back side of your velvet ribbon, it's different. It's matte, it's not velvet. So I had to watch. I didn't know how to do that, and now I know. So I've been able to make some really cute bows out of the velvet ribbon that I have. Yeah, so that's time consuming. And then I tea dyed actually I didn't tea dye, I used some sprays to dye the gauze that goes behind there. So I had to wait for that because that was a last minute addition. I had to sew around all of them. You know, it doesn't sound that much, but when you've got to do 10 of them, it's time consuming. Same with the pages, making these pages, and I had to sew around each one of those. You know, cutting 10 of pages isn't that hard. I sewed each one of those. Oh, that's the thing I added. I added the bridge scorecard. This thing was probably the most time consuming pocket that I made, because it's using 4 pieces of book page because I wanted it to be a bit sturdier. Yeah. And now I still have to do the stenciling on those. And I think I'm going to do stenciling on the white part. This one doesn't have it, but this one does. On the back side of the scrapbooking paper, I was thinking that I might use some Edith Holden paper to make a big pocket, like a full page pocket on this side, and then on this side I will just do some stenciling so that this is a flip out. But not all of them have a flip out. I think only one doesn't, but I might do a tab thing that I make, you know, those little edges. Yeah, maybe I'll make one of those as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, I need to call it a day at some point. And the other thing to think about is the time that it's taking and how much I'm willing to sell them for, because like lots of people sell journals for astronomical amounts of money, and the work's in them, don't get me wrong, they're very deserving of what they put on their journals because there is tons of work. But I just want people to have them. I just want to sell them. I really love making them, but I don't want to have them here in my house all the time. I want people to buy them and, you know, me to be able to put the little bit of money back into buying resources. So I don't want to sell them for stupid amounts of money. I just want to sell them. You know, and these are small journals. So I don't want to put $50 on these journals. I just want to put, like, I'm thinking maybe $25 each. That's Australian. And that would include, I think, shipping, because I think that I'll be able to ship this for $5. I think. I'll have to find out if it'll be under 2 centimeters thick once everything's in there. Maybe not the ones with the bows. I'll have to see. But I don't want it to be expensive. I just want the people to be able to go, oh yeah, I love that, and buy it without going, oh my God, I'm going to have to pay this off for 2 months. I just, yeah, really want people to have them. So that's why I don't think that I'm going to go too stupid, because I don't want to have to charge more than that sort of money for these ones. I just want to put them on, and I wanted to see if I could make 10 at a time, and it's worked out really well. I might do it again. But I did want to show you the cover that I made that I couldn't show you the other day. I found it. Oh, sorry. This one here. So this is the one that I made out of the, what do you call it? Pillowcase. So how this will go is the spine is this wide here, 5 centimeters. And then that will wrap over there. And I think I'm going to put an eyelet with some sari silk or some seam binding to close it. And I thought maybe I could do the closure long ways, you know, but we'll see how that turns out. I'm not really sure how that will work, but yeah, that's the next thing. But I'll also quickly, if I can see it here, show you the first one that I made of these style, to show you how I got this idea to make lots. I'll just quickly find it, hopefully. Oh, I did have it handy. Where did I put it? I cleaned up yesterday. What a silly thing to do. Here it is. All right, so we'll just move these out of the way. I'll try not to drag this video on too long, but I wanted to show you this little guy that I made. So I just had this idea that I would use some, I wanted to use up some fabric. I have quite a bit of fabric, and I thought, oh yeah, I want to, and I'd seen, I watched someone's journal with the fabric and the stitching around the outside, and I thought, oh, that looks really pretty. So can we find the end of this? So what I've done is I've just doubled up the file folder, which is sewn inside here. It's say your file folder is open like this, and then I folded these in here and glued them down, and then I used some masking tape to reinforce the spine on the front and the back, and then I cut these in half. And that was how I made the cover. And then I covered it in the fabric using some fabric glue just to hold it in place so I could sew it, and then I frayed all around the edge. And then to make this topper, it's just some cardstock, some vintage, that's not vintage music paper, that's printable, and a little image, and I just put some lace down there as well. Then I put an eyelet and some seam binding to close it. And then we've got a doily, and this is wrapping paper, like really pretty wrapping paper. And this cardstock came from that that card box that Christina gave me. I really liked the colour of it, and the pink as well, and I've used that throughout this book. That's just plain paper. That's flocked wallpaper. There's a little cluster. This is children's writing paper. Same again, the storybook one, where you draw your picture at the top. That they are pieces out of that same kit that Christina gave me. This is this is packaging, and I've just made it into a pocket and used the cards from the kit with some images that I had. Another one of those, and I've put an envelope in the middle, not in the middle, but I put an envelope in there as well. And then a little tuck spot with a journaling card. So these are very simple. There's, you know, not a ton of embellishing. Also made this one, and I did it upside down, but I thought, oh, it still works. And that goes in there. That's part of the envelope. I thought the colours went really well. There's some more writing spots, and this is another card, and I just put the back side of it in the pocket so that you could see it. More papers, heaps of writing space in these. This is why I wanted to make them like this, so that you could write on most of the pages and then just have a few little pockets in there like that. And I think it turned out really cute. So just a little writing book. You know, you could just have that in your purse, in your bag, as you know, to write your shopping lists down or anything like that. But yeah, that's where I got the ideas from. I made one, and then I decided to replicate it in a big mass make for 10, and then I chose these fabrics because I had a bunch of them from my grandma. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll be back with more, hopefully soon, with a complete set and a flip through before they go up on Etsy, with the last few bits of ephemera that I'll make. And then I'll get started on this blue journal, and also completing the other one that I started with you a while ago. I just haven't been into it. I don't know why. I will get back to it and finish that off. And then I also have a couple of other journals on the go that I'm working on. I think I explained that to you in the last one, but I'm waiting on my big bite, which they told me it would now take 2 weeks because it's got to come from the US, which is a bummer, but oh well, we'll just move on. And honestly, am I really going to be done in 2 weeks with all the other things I've got going on? Probably not. It's probably a good thing, because it'll make me do my backlog. Alrighty, so thanks again, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.